Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of ShowMeFootball.com, and we just signed Josh Gordon. I mean, wow. I was literally about to leave my house. I just made a video on us acquiring a certain defensive end, and then I get the notification that Josh Gordon, after being reinstated by the NFL, is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I mean, I'm shocked, to be honest. Like, I after watching yesterday's game and how bad our secondary pass catchers struggled that weren't Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, I was very much desperate. I was like, I was really against the Josh Gordon signing for a lot of reasons because, and I'll get into that in a minute actually, but I was against it for a lot of reasons. But after watching yesterday's game, then I just did a complete 180 and I'm like, you know what? Just give Josh Gordon whatever he wants. Just give him whatever he wants. I mean, you need a reliable receiver, not Travis Kelce and not Tyreek Hill. So Josh Gordon, the signing, it makes a lot of sense. Of course, the big worry is him getting in trouble because he's been suspended however many times for drug-related issues and reinstated, several times. And someone that I listen to on the national level, Bill Simmons of The Ringer, as you guys know, he is a Patriots fan, and he watched Josh Gordon when he was with the Patriots for those couple years. And what he said was that as soon as you start to rely on Josh Gordon, as soon as you make him an integral part of your offense, boom, he's gone. And then it really throws your offense out of whack, and that was the most frustrating part about watching him. Yeah, he was really good. He's really talented, but you got to worry about him being there and not bailing on you when you need him. If Josh Gordon can stay on the field, stay out of trouble, and stay healthy, then he should be a solid 400 to 500 yard receiver for this team, in my opinion. Even though we're already 3 games in, I still think he's capable of that, especially when he's coming into a situation where Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback and he's going to be going up against single coverage all day with Kelce and Hill also on the field. I do think, and I said this a lot of the times when Josh Gordon signed with other teams, is that people overrate him a little bit, or they cling on to the days where he was a 1,000-yard receiver once with the Cleveland Browns. That was like his second year in the league. Since then, he hasn't recorded 1,000 yards. Now, yes, a lot of that is because he was getting suspended all the time and missing games, but, I mean, he hasn't been a 1,000-yard receiver since 2013. But nonetheless, it's a former All-Pro receiver, someone who had a career-high 1,600 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns in a season. So I understand the pickup after watching yesterday's game. And I applaud Brett Veach for going out and making a move, seeing a need and attacking it. We talked about for the longest time how this team needed a wide receiver too. And I criticized Brett Veach for not going out and addressing the obvious need or not having a backup plan after he missed on Juju and Reynolds in free agency. But, he went out and got Josh Gordon, someone that I think, it was a perfect match here, despite a lot of my concerns about it. But just purely based on talent, where the Chiefs are at when it comes to the receiver room, like, it was a perfect match. I mean, you would certainly, I think, take Josh Gordon over Demarcus Robinson. I think you would take him over Marcus Kemp. I love Daurice Fountain and his potential, but you'd take Josh Gordon over Daurice Fountain. And, I mean, heck, if he comes in here and he does what he's always been good at, I think he finds himself getting more targets than Mecole Hardman. I mean, you saw in the Chargers game yesterday, Mecole Hardman did not have a single touch that wasn't a manufactured handoff. And to me, that shows you a lot of how the Chiefs feel about Mecole Hardman as an actual receiver. Josh Gordon is a bigger receiver that the Chiefs don't have. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. He can run really good routes. He's very strong. That is the type of receiver the Chiefs needed that they don't have on roster, that they don't have playing for them right now. So, again, despite all the concerns, when you just look at what the Chiefs need, the situation they're in, the fit, it makes perfect sense, Josh Gordon coming to the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs' locker room is a really good situation for Josh Gordon to come into. We all praise the Chiefs for their locker room culture and how they're accepting of guys that maybe aren't, they're no Boy Scout, And Josh Gordon certainly isn't a Boy Scout. He's someone who's gotten into trouble in the past, but the Chiefs are very accepting. They embrace guys like that. Andy Reid is known for giving players second chances. And I was just talking about this in my last video. So, yeah, I think this is a perfect situation if you're to be Josh Gordon's agent and you want to pick the team that would be the best environment for Josh Gordon to enter. I think they would say the Kansas City Chiefs as well. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And then, of course, like I said, you're here with Patrick Mahomes, all the other weapons. So you're not asked to be this number one guy. This is a great place to look into if you're looking to revive your career like Josh Gordon is. I mean, I'm excited for it. It's a name. He may not work out, but I applaud Brett Veach for taking a swing. That's all I've ever been asking for, is that he doesn't continue to neglect obvious leads. You're not giving up another asset. You're not having to use draft picks. You're signing him for like veteran minimum. So again, perfect match in my opinion. I'll be interested to see what the corresponding roster move is and how this shakes up the wide receiver room. But I mean, Josh Gordon is a heck of a talent. We'll have to see, how he is as a player at this point. Because mind you, he entered the league in 2012. He's about 30 years old now, closer to 31 years old. Does he still have some of that prime Josh Gordon left in him? We'll have to see. He wasn't with the Seahawks long enough for us to really make that conclusion or come to that conclusion. He was only there for 5 games until he got suspended again. So we'll have to see. But, I'm excited. I like it. It's a big body receiver. It's what the Chiefs needed. And I appreciate Brett Veach for trying. It's all we asked for. I thought this team had too many holes, and here they are going out and patching up a hole. But all that being said, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this move? I'm very excited for it, and it's creating a lot of hype on social media right now. So I'm really interested to hear what you guys think of this signing. But yeah, I mean, my only concern is, do you trust him? Because he's just bailed on so many teams so many times with his off-the-field issues. But if he can clean that up, and if there is one place he can clean it up, it's Kansas City. And if he can do it, it's a great move. It is. But would love to hear from you guys, and do you agree or disagree with anything I said? Like always, love to get some debate going. But all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and kckingdom.com. Peace.